This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Tuesday, September 17th. It will be mostly sunny in Dallas today with a high of 92, clear tonight with a low of 73. Here are today's headlines. Texas is hardly a battleground state. The vast majority of races on November's Texas ballots are highly predictable, offer little to no competition, and will not change the state's political dynamic. Republicans have controlled statewide politics for nearly 30 years, and though the margin of GOP statewide wins has decreased considerably since the high water mark of 2014, odds are the party will maintain its control. Brandon Rottinghouse, a political science professor at the University of Houston, said demographic shifts have helped Democrats become more competitive in statewide races, but the long-predicted move to swing state status has not been realized. He said that's the biggest quandary that the Democrats face. Rottinghouse said demographics are moving in their direction, which is on paper positive, but the actual outcomes in voting haven't gone their way. A battleground is a distinct classification, a place where the Republican and the Democratic candidates have a chance to capture the state's electoral votes. In this year's election, there are only 7: Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Nevada, and Arizona. In other news, the Dallas-Fort Worth area led the country in the growth of the Asian American population from 2022 to 2023, and Collin County anchored that increase. Those who work closely with Asian American and Pacific Islander communities in the region celebrate the increase but say there's more work to be done to address the needs of the growing population, including language access and political participation. The report was the first of 3 parts that Austin-based nonprofit Asian Texans for Justice is planning to release ahead of the presidential election. On Thursday, the organization released the second part of the report, which included testimonials from 50 voters from the Asian American and Pacific Islander communities and their attitudes toward voting, civic engagement, and sources of information. There's more to this article, and you can find it at dallasnews.com. Next up, a court hearing is set for Thursday to decide whether the State Fair of Texas can legally enforce a new policy that would prevent most people from bringing guns to the event, which kicks off next week. Dallas County District Court Judge Emily Tobolowsky is holding a temporary injunction hearing in light of a lawsuit filed last month by Attorney General Ken Paxton seeking to block the new policy from going into effect, arguing it's illegal and infringes on gun owners' rights. The state official is suing the city of Dallas, its interim city manager, and the State Fair of Texas. Fair organizers announced on August 8th they would increase security and only allow elected, appointed, or employed peace officers to carry firearms into Fair Park. The fair previously allowed attendees with a valid handgun license to bring a gun as long as it was concealed, but state law does not require Texans to have a permit to carry a firearm in a public place. A man shot 3 people at the event last year. A nonprofit group that runs the fair leases Fair Park from the city for the event, one of the state's largest annual celebrations of the most attended fair in the country. Dallas officials have maintained that city officials were not involved in the fair's decision to enact the new policy, and fair officials say they believe it's their right to put in measures they deem fit to protect patrons. And the buzzy restaurants on Knox Street stole the show in Dallas over the past year, but take Knox east a few blocks and it leads to Henderson Avenue, a street that was once even hotter than its westside neighbor. That's changing. Henderson Avenue is still stocked with longtime favorites like the Old Monk, the Porch, the Whippersnapper, and Gemma, though we were sad to see the recent closures of the original Fireside Pies and neighborhood bar KSP. 3 new or coming soon restaurants and bars are livening up this lovable East Dallas street. Lonnie's takes its name seriously. It's on a lawn on Henderson Avenue and built to feel like you're hanging out in somebody's fun backyard. There's local public eatery, which is still very much a sports bar, but has scaled back its predecessor's cave-like ambiance with light wood accents, buckskin leather furnishings, and more. And then there's the Charlotte, an iconic standalone restaurant that's hard to miss as you're traveling east on Henderson Avenue from Central Expressway in Dallas. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and for the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.